getting ready. It's getting closer to St. Patrick's Day. In fact, it's tomorrow. Now it's really time to get in gear and really start prepping things. I didn't want to prep too far in advance because I really want the food to be fresh. We started with the shortbread, and then we made oat cakes, and now we are going to work on the next thing on the list, which is mini shepherd pies. We're going to start with the filling, and I'm going to go ahead and turn on about medium low actually. I like to start things off a little low in this case because I'm going to be sauteing some things. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to the pan, and once that gets warm enough, I'm going to add about 1/3 cup of finely diced onions and finely diced carrots. Once that gets going, I'm going to add 1 minced garlic clove. And there's many different ways you could do this. If you have a garlic press, I actually like to grate it on a rasp, or you could smash it with a knife and chop it up fine. There's many different ways to mince garlic. And mince just means super fine. We're going to saute the carrots and onions until they're translucent and just starting to get soft. And I think this is a good time to add some salt. I like to use kosher salt because you could really pinch at it. You know, I keep it in a little dish and I just pinch the amount that I need. Probably all in all we'll be using about a teaspoon when it's all said and done. And I'm also going to add some pepper. I don't like adding the garlic in right away because it has a high chance of burning, and that turns the whole dish bitter. So I actually like to wait right before I'm about to add any kind of liquid. Usually I'll add the garlic in, let that saute just briefly, and then add my liquids. Okay, now I am going to grate in my garlic, and I just run this over my rasp. So I got that mixed in. Now I'm going to add a pound of beef. A traditional shepherd's pie has ground lamb, hence shepherd's pie. They didn't have any ground lamb at the grocery store. So we're going to pretend like this is lamb. When there's beef, they actually call it a cottage pie. And it's still going to be just as delicious. So we're just going to crush this down. And we want very fine crumbles because these are mini shepherd pie. And guess what they're going to be stuffed in? Little baby potatoes. This looks like it is brown. I purchased the leaner so I don't need to drain any fat off of it. And now what I'm going to do is sprinkle a tablespoon of flour. Stir that around, get that all incorporated. Now I'm going to add just like a little tiny bit of tomato paste, probably about a teaspoon. A little bit of tomato paste goes a long way. And what's wonderful about tomato paste is it's magical. It gives food that sense that it's been cooking all day. So it just has all that concentrated yummy goodness. Now I'm going to add some beef broth. You could add chicken broth. You could even add water if you really wanted. You could add some beer. Whatever makes you happy. I'm only adding about 1/2 cup. And the reason why I'm not adding that much is because this isn't going into a casserole dish. It's going into little baby potatoes. So I don't want it to be super saucy. Super saucy. So I'm just going to stir that as it thickens. I'm also going to add in some fresh rosemary, so that's from my plant that's right behind me. and then also some thyme. Probably about a teaspoon of each. Oh, that's looking perfect. Okay, so the final addition is corn and peas. Now I just took the corn off of one corn on the cob, and also probably about a third of a cup of frozen peas. So I'm going to turn off this oven and stir that around. Now it needs to cool, and we'll come back and I'll show you baby potatoes that we are going to stuff them in. Okay, so my meat mixture is nice and cooled. It's not too saucy. I've tasted it, and you can really taste the rosemary and thyme that I added in. And just that hint of, like, just a tiny hint of tomato. I already boiled these baby potatoes, so there's about 40 of them here. And I wanted to show you what I did, but I did them all. I was so excited I did all of them. So I don't have one to demo, so I'll just tell you. I just cut off the top and I scooped out the inside. And I used a little melon baller to do that. And then I threw all the insides and the tops in my food mill here. So this is perfect because it pushes out all the potato goodness, and the skin stays in there. So just milled that through, and so this is the inside of all those potatoes, and basic mashed potatoes. So it's butter I added in it, a little bit of heavy whipping cream, and cheese. But first what we have to do is spoon. I have this cute little teaspoon to spoon all the meat mixture into our potato shells. So this is just gonna take a little, oh, and you know what I forgot? Oh, I got so excited. I actually I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil over the rest of these, just because olive oil makes everything so luscious. Fill up. And now I'm just going to, and again, rustic. I love the word rustic. So I am going to, in fact, actually, I'm going to add a little bit more cream to this, just because that'll make it easier. And there's nothing wrong with adding a little more cream to something. Yeah, and like I was saying, rustic is a beautiful thing. So we're just gonna we're going to top each one of the potatoes with the mashed potatoes. Okay, this is gonna go in a 375-degree oven for 20 minutes. I may even drizzle a little olive oil on top of this. All right, I did cook one up because I just wanted you to see it all finished off. So I was kind of wimpy with the mashed potatoes, I could see that. So these have a good amount. They're just fun little bite-sized shepherd pies. So let me take maybe, well, let me see. Oh, I'll just bite it. And that is so good. And it's so cute. Again, I could taste the rosemary and the thyme. Nice buttery mashed potatoes. It's all cheesy. Yeah, this is gonna be definitely a winner. All right. So I could check off my list the mini shepherd pie.